Hello and welcome. My name is Shane Newman and I am from the ECU Math Education Department. I am recording this video for my MATE 4001 class, and it is a review on Desmos. Desmos is pretty much an online graphing calculator. It's accessible by desmos.com/calculator, and there are other things that are incorporated into it. So I'm going to go over here and I can add an expression. I added too many. So I'm just going to go ahead and put in a function. I'm going to put in a line. I'll do 3x minus 4. Now once you hit enter, it appears, and you can see that there's a green little squiggly line right here that matches the color of the line. You can click that to hide it, and then click it again to show. And you can also go ahead and see the roots. So here's the x-intercept, and here is the y-intercept. Also, if you go to settings, you can see all of this, which is your functions, and this green dot that used to be a squiggly line now can change. So the style is solid. You can change it to dashed or even dotted. I'm going to keep it as solid, but you can also change the colors. I'll keep mine as green for now. Now if you wanted to, you can convert this into a table, and you can see all of the points from -2 to 2. So it would be -2, 10, which is right here, and if you hover over, you can see the point, or if you click it, you can see all of the points and they'll stay there. But let's get rid of those, and we'll get rid of this. So now let's go ahead and add a different function. Let's go for 2x squared minus 3x minus 1. So this one came out in black. You can then hide it and show it again, and you can see that the vertex down here, which is also the minimum, that you can show the coordinates or the ordered pair, and you can see that there are 2 zeros in this, and you can hover over them and see them, or you can click to make them stay there. And there's also one y-intercept at 0, -1. You can do the same thing and convert this to a table, and you can see all of the points from -2 to 2, but you can also change them. So you can go from -4, and then you can make this like a -3 or a -2, and so on. Now let's get rid of this table, and we can go ahead and put in another function. We're going to keep this here for now. So we're going to take use of sliders. So in Desmos, you can put f of x equals, and then if you want, let's just do a regular quadratic. We'll put a, and we can add a slider for a. And then we can go back and put x squared, and then we'll do plus b, add the slider for b, times x, and then plus c, and we'll add a slider for c. Now we can drag these so we can have them in order. So we'll put a above, and then b, and then c. And as you can tell, well, let's hide the first one. So we're going to hide this. This is why hiding is a good tool, because there could be clutter over here, and we just want to see ax squared plus bx plus c right now. So we're going to hide the black one, and we can change these sliders to change what the quadratic looks like. And students can like play around with this. They can see what's going on. They can see how each of these coefficients and the constant affect the function, and I feel like this can help their understanding more. And also, if you go to the plus sign, you can add notes. So I'm going to add a note saying drag a, and I'm going to drag that right above a. So it gives them instructions on what to do. I'm going to do the same for drag b, put that above b, one more, drag c, and then go here. And then also, if you wanted to, you can add a note saying what do you notice about the coefficients? And you can put that up top. So right here, now you have, what do you notice about the coefficients? Drag A, and they'll drag A, see what it does, and then drag B, and you've pretty much created a little lesson tool. And but it doesn't stop there, because if you go over here, there's a help option, and it shows you other little things that you can do. So there's restrictions, and let's say we wanted to add a restriction on this. We can put a bracket, and we can put x is greater than 0, and then the other bracket, and it will only show what is greater than 0. You can change that also to a less than, or you can do x is greater than 2. You can add many restrictions, or you can just get rid of them. But also, if you click on these, so I showed you how you can use restrictions, but you can also click on them and it'll give you a little guide. So I'm gonna click on the regression, and we'll do the guide here. So it started up, it says, let's get some data, head over to the Google Docs and copy and paste this data. I have the Google Docs. If you click on this, it'll open this. And so you're gonna go ahead and copy this. I'm gonna use copy. I'm going to go into Desmos, and I'm going to paste. Or you can just use Control V to paste, which I'm going to do. And so it made a table. And now it's telling you that you can add an item, and you're going to add an expression, and then it'll tell you what to type. So it's trying to get us to do a linear regression, because this is the slope-intercept form of a equation. So right here, I'm going to type y1, and then I'm going to type the tilde key, and then mx1, and then I'll do plus b. And now it shows you the r squared value, it shows you the r value, it shows you the residuals, the parameters, and the y-intercept. And also, you can do this again, but differently. So you can type a different one. So let's try a x1 minus h, and then we'll do squared plus b. And now this fits the line, or the data much better. So you can try doing different types of regressions, and that's thanks to this little tutorial right here. Now there are other video tutorials, and there's help centers. There's a thing for keyboard shortcuts, which, by the way, I don't know if you've noticed, but down here is a little keypad. So there's an X, Y. There's many different things that you can use that you can't type on a keyboard. And also there are functions. There are pre-made functions that you can put. So you can put the inverse sine, or there's statistics where you can do, like, the length, the min, the max, mean, etc. And over here you can do like the greatest common denominator, the floor function. You can do the round, mod. There's many different utilities in Desmos itself. Now, something else that you can also do is that you can hit these 3 bars up here on the left. And when you hit these 3 bars, it'll show you that you can add a new blank graph, you can sign in to save your graphs, but you can also choose from these pre-made graphs that are already made. So let's choose one at random. Let's do lines for point slope form. I'm going to click this, and I'm going to open the graph, and students can come in here and see that there's a line here, and that there is the slope, or the point slope form right here, and you can change the x1, the y1, and the m, and see how it reacts. So right here I can see that as I'm shifting this x1, it's translating horizontally my whole line. Let's see what the y1 does. It's doing it vertically. And obviously changing the m changes the slope. So students can come in here, and if they're having troubles understanding what slope is, or how a line works in this point slope form, they can come in here and they can get a bit of more understanding to it. So let's go ahead and let's choose another. We're going to choose another pre-made graph. We're going to go with the parabolas in vertex form. So you can see here that there is a parabola here and there's sliders. So what we're going to do is we're going to just change the sliders. And you can show the label for the vertex. So you can change the sliders and you can show how it changes. And this is similar to what I just showed of using or creating the sliders myself, but this is using vertex form. So you can show that the H will translate it horizontally, the K will translate it vertically, and the A will change the width of it. So students can come in here, and if they're having troubles with parabolas, they can understand more. But there are also other things, like if you come down here and you see that there's calculus, there are derivatives in here. Like there is a graph for derivatives, and you can see that there's many different applications that Desmos can use and create graphs and visualizations for. So it's not just limited to lines or parabolas. There are many different things like polar coordinates and transformations, statistics, lists, calculus. There are a multitude of resources ready and available for teachers and students on Desmos.